Veterans welcomed home after the ultimate trip honoring their service. The nonprofit Mid-Michigan Honor Flight recently took them on an all-expenses paid trip to Washington, D.C. And ABC 12 followed their journey every step of the way. Our Christine Winters shows us what the trip meant for a Bay City Korean War veteran and his daughter.
Well, it was an incredible week for 88-year-old Ronald Gavord and his daughter Tina. Like most of the veterans on the honor flight, it was his first trip to our nation's capital. An emotional visit, 70 years in the making.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
The mission of a lifetime.
So you guys are going to be the red bus?
For a humble hero.
There's some Korean guys here, Dad. I saw a couple already.
Wings are about to carry 75 veterans like Ronald Gavord to Washington, D.C.
We have another veteran, Korean War veteran.
He was only 17 when he enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1953.
All right, thank you.
Now, almost 7 decades later,
It's awesome, really.
a nonprofit group wants to make sure the former staff sergeant sees the war memorial honoring his service.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What they do. So many years have gone by, and bang, here we are, you know.
After taking off from Grand Rapids, another welcome in Washington.
Thank you.
An emotional first day for the veterans.
Colors, hope.
And the volunteers making it all happen.
I've already had one guy that came up to me and said he's a Vietnam veteran and he never felt that his service meant anything until he walked through the flag line at the airport and got the thank yous from the people standing in the flag line. And he said that's 50 years of thinking that his service didn't mean anything to anyone.
Early the next morning, rays of sunshine and the perfect backdrop to see Washington, D.C.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah.
The first stop,
You want to go up there, Dad? Let's go up.
Sure.
the Marine Corps Memorial in Arlington, Virginia.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
A monument far more majestic than any history book could show.
The detail in those statues.
Standing shoulder to shoulder under the gleaming sun,
Right here. Right here.
a snapshot of valor.
All right, Dad. Here we go.
Now it's time for Gavord to revisit a life-changing part of his past.
Welcome to the Korean War Veterans Memorial.
He proudly stands
I'm gonna get it.
to go back to the sacred history that brought him all the way from Michigan.
All right.
The same eyes that witnessed a war as a young teenager
Wow.
take it all in.
Did you look like that?
Yeah.
Intricate details of the 8-foot-tall Korean War American soldiers,
Look at all these soldiers.
I know, look at that.
the wind at their backs in a field of service.
Quite accurate. It got the Parker on and got the gear on.
Testaments to the constant combat, brutally cold temperatures, and fights for survival.
Is it hard to look at?
Not really. It reminds you, but it's not that hard. Yeah, it's nice to see it, though.
Gavord thinks of the countless servicemen and women who didn't make it home from war.
They gave a little bit more than we did. They give the ultimate thing. They're not here to enjoy it.
Whether it's the World War II Memorial, the Vietnam Memorial, or the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. Each of these brave veterans has a story tied to selfless sacrifice and service. Thank you. And Gavord says America's history and the wars to protect it are more important than ever.
That's the part that seems to be forgotten, what we're all about.
The best part of his trip? Being able to share it with his only child, Tina.
Very nice, huh?
Yeah, she's not only my daughter, she's my buddy.
I've always been very close with my dad, but you know, he's 88 years old now, and I cherish every moment I have with him. Couldn't have a better date, Dad.
Glad you guys made it back.
And as the Mid-Michigan Honor Flight comes full circle,
Welcome home.
Thank you for your service, Grandpa.
a final surprise.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service.
God bless.
God bless you too.
And there will soon be another Mid-Michigan tie to the Honor Flight program. Its next trip to Washington, D.C. will leave from Bishop Airport in Flint this September. To learn more about the nonprofit, click on this story on abc12.com. In the studio, Christine Winter, ABC 12 News.